Yo, alright, boys, we are doing terminal spawns. I have finally gotten a hang of the terminal spawns and finally able to figure them out. First of all, appreciate all the love and support. Thank you guys for 400 subscribers. We are flying. We are on the road to 1,000. I would love it if you can share this video, share this little series that I've done with all the spawns and everything like that with your friends or anyone who needs to understand these spawns. I'm also going to be doing official breakdowns of maps. So for terminal, we're going to start off with terminal. Saturday, I'm going to have a gameplay up and I'm going to break down the gameplay. It is my gameplay of how I navigate the map and how I play it. So you'll be able to understand the spawns and what steps I'm taking, what's my reasoning behind everything, basically why I'm doing. But other than that, appreciate all the love and support. Don't forget to leave it if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Anything else, leave them in the comments, or feel free to reach out to me on Discord. Other than that, appreciate everything, and let's jump right into it. So your primary for blue teams are still in Eskies. So you got your primaries here and here, so these three areas, and then your secondaries are back here, and you have one out here. Now your primaries for P1 for security is over here, and you have a secondary in this room. The one thing I want you to keep in mind is that if you're spawning Eskies and you get into books, all you have to do is look at these spawns and it will block the primary and the secondary, right? If you can get someone to just look here and then someone to look here, this will block and flip them right away, right? That's all you need to do to flip it. That's why on P1 you'll have a lot of split spawns. You'll have enemies spawn secondary out here, if obviously they can get into book and break it. So just be aware of that. Like, it's very easy to block and flip. So this is P2. Your primaries again are here, and you have primary here, and then your primary for blue team is back plane, so like that, and you have a secondary back here. So for P2, obviously we know that these ones are bad spawns because obviously you want to have the closest spawns possible. What I want you to know is that, of course, a lot of people will think, okay, we have to control this and then obviously control plane. What I want you to know is that if the red team can get just one player here, this general area, if one red player goes to the middle right here, they can spawn green team. They can spawn blue team at their spawns. So it basically splits the spawn. So with the new update, what they've essentially done is that the spawns have become very fragile in a sense. So having someone close to them or even having someone look at like one of them will block almost all of them, and it will split the spawn. So you might be still spawning here and they'll spawn over here, but it just makes it super mixy. So I don't think a lot of people know this, but playing this area, including this just cockpit area, right, even this, it has a very big influence on the spawns. So just keep that in mind for sure. So moving to P3, this one's quite simple. So blue, again, you're still spawning here, and then your secondary is actually up here. Your spawns are still back security. Now I want you to be aware of books again, because it's the same idea. If the blue team comes up to books, all they have to do is just look at your spawns and then they flip. It's very, very simple, guys. To flip on these spawns are very, very simple. So P4, we'll start off with red spawns. Red spawns are right here, and your secondary is here, and your blue spawns are still over here, and you have two secondaries right here. Of course, here you want to keep the red spawns because it's much closer to burger, of course. Now what I want you to be aware of this, again, if an enemy team is here looking, right, if a blue team is here looking at your spawn, it's gonna block them. They're gonna flip, and more than likely it's going to be us. Let me rephrase that. If you have someone anchoring spawns, like you have a player sitting here, a red player anchoring spawns, meaning that they're here so that the enemy team cannot spawn here, then it will be a split spawn. You will spawn the secondaries and they will still spawn their primaries. That's why it's very important for your main AR to anchor spawns, because that's the job of the main AR. Also, video coming on your how to master the AR role, where I talk about the aggressive AR and the main AR roles. Just a little sneak peek. The main AR is obviously supposed to anchor these spawns well. Even in case a blue enemy is here and they're looking at these spawns, he will sit here. Maybe you're not going to spawn here. You'll still spawn split. But the key thing is the enemy team is also not going to spawn here. So he's essentially blocking their flip, so it turns into a split spawn. That's the main idea behind it. So books is a lot more important than people realize, just because of the update. We're gonna move on to P5 now, and we'll start off with the blue spawns. You are spawning here, and you have here. Red team spawns here, of course. Yep. What I want you to be aware here is, because the spawns are so close to the point, this point is super mixy. Like, you'll have points where you're spawning here, you run out, and another guy spawns right behind you and he just shoots you in the back. Why that's happening is, what I want you to be aware are these key positions right here that I'm going to highlight on the map. Why I highlighted this is because these are very just general areas where they just can look, right? They have a, like, if they get into this, these are power, like this one, they can just look in the spawns, right? They have a direct line of sight to the spawns, especially from bottom here. Why I highlighted these areas is, if the hard point is contested, or if the red team is looking at the green spawns from these specific power positions that I've highlighted, right? You're gonna get a split spawn at the red spawns, meaning these are the spawns like this, 1 2 3. Maybe you'll spawn here and they'll spawn here, you'll spawn here, right? It's parallel. Biggest goal for holding P5 is you do not let them get to these power positions. You do not let them look at your spawns. Looking at one of them, letting them look at bottom plane, so you keep spawning here, that's fine. That's usually the power play to happen. That's usually the play that happens. You control this area right here, and you control top eskies. It may not seem like you need to control top eskies, but it's very important. Keep in mind, again, if the hard point is contested, or if the red team is looking at the blue team spawns right here, right? These two, why do I keep saying green? The blue team spawn right here, then there will be split spawns. Now this applies to almost every hard point on this specific map, because there are such easy line of sights into the spawns. You'll have a lot of split spawns, especially for hard. This one, I want to make it a very key point that you remember this. In my opinion, this is a very easy 60 hill. Now, okay, maybe not an easy one, but it can be a good hold hill. It's mixy, yes, but with a good setup, it's very easy to hold, because all you have to do is, because they're all spawning here, that's 3 lanes to watch, man. It's not that hard. You push out your team up here, you get someone over here, you get someone here, or it's in cockpit watching this, and someone bottom plane. It's like huge. It's very easy to hold, but setup is hard. Just keep that in mind. If you're spawning here, that means you've got someone top third, or someone over here eskies, or someone bottom plane blocking and looking at your spawns. So remember, I'm gonna say it one more time. If the hard point is contested, or if the red team is looking at blue team spawns right here, there will be split spawns for P5 every single time. All right, every single time. My points for earlier still matter. Books is a lot more important now, as you can just look into this spawn and it flips, or it splits. More than likely it flips, right? It's a lot easier to flip, right? Because this is what you just get a couple of people here, and you flip them out for P4, you flip them out for P3, you flip them out for P1, right? So keep this in mind. You're gonna have to play with it. You're gonna have to get comfortable with it. Reading your mini map is gonna be a lot more important on this this map. So Saturday I'm gonna show. I have an excellent gameplay. I was playing solo queue. It was a gold lobby, gold plat lobby, and it was like super. Like I played it picture perfectly. I knew exactly what was going on. I was watching my teammates, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna show you like what my mentality was while I was playing. Why was I doing what I was doing? It's going to be a very, very key video if you want to understand terminal. Power positions have changed, and books is a lot more important. Top AC is a lot more important for P5. It may seem mixy at first, right? And it is. But once you get the hang of it, you'll realize why it's mixy, and then you'll be like, okay, if it's getting mixy now, it means someone is over here watching this, right? Like if it's P5, okay, and you're spawning over here where you should be spawning back here, then you're like, okay, it's someone is either watching our, spawn here or here. They're probably in this power position. Now, this one is more than likely it, because one, you can play P5 and obviously they don't know where the spawns are most of the times. Like people don't, but this is a power position more than likely where it is. So knowing this, understanding why these split spawns or why certain spawns are happening is very important. It's very crucial for players who are trying to get to the higher rank, of course, right? Like Crim, Iridescent, like this is where that knowledge comes in. Like I was saying, Saturday gameplay, I'm going to break it down for you guys. It's going to be a really good one. I hope everyone watches it. Other than that, thank you for all the love and support, guys. It has been phenomenal, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.